If we haven't met, I'm Henry. This, my friends, we're going to be talking about one of the energy forecast themes. But before we get into that, let's just take a moment to take a deep breath in. Exhale slowly. Let's go. Let's let go of the outside world for a moment. So take a find a comfortable position, either laying down or seated, or you could be standing. And then let's just allow our shoulders to drop a few times, release them, go up and down just to let go of some tension in the shoulders. And then take 3 deep breaths, breathing in life force energy, breathing out when no longer supports you. Just allow your breath to steady, your energy to soften. Inhale, alignment, clarity, and peace. Exhale, resistance, confusion, fear, overwhelm, anxiety. Breathing in life force energy, breathing out what no longer supports you. You are here in this moment. Nothing is required of you except presence. Now let's invite Reiki energy healing in. If you wish to receive Reiki, you can say, yes, I'd like to receive Reiki for my highest good. If you don't, that's okay. Reiki always respects free will. Take another deep breath in. All right. Let's do the mindful chat. So we are going to be exploring the seventh and final theme of the February 2025 energy forecast, but this is still very much relevant to this month as well, which is why I wanted to do this episode. So again, this is one of the 7 energy themes designed to help navigate um, February and into the rest of this year with clarity, self awareness, and discernment. If you're interested in the full energy forecast, then it's on my podcast or one of the previous episodes on YouTube. And that offers a complete perspective. But for now, we're focusing on this one transformative theme. And so, this one transformative theme number 7 is the great divergence, embracing shifting realities. So, for years, spiritual teachers and visionaries have spoken about an impending split in realities, a divergence in perceptions, experiences, and energetic alignments. Now, this shift is not only unfolding, it is accelerating. People who live just miles apart or even in the same household may be experiencing vastly different versions of reality. Some remain deeply attached to traditional systems and old paradigms. Others are really awakening to higher consciousness, intuition, and personal sovereignty. This these parallel experiences are not simply different perspectives. They're fundamentally different energetic states of being. And this is why. And this is why, and then this is what can happen as well. So this is what can happen as well. Conversations may feel challenging or even may feel impossible when you're caught in having two really different perspectives and in different energetic states of being. Long-standing relationships may even feel strained or distant. You may be questioning where you truly belong. And this divergence is not about separation or division. It's about choice. Which reality are you choosing to engage with? Which reality are you choosing to engage with? And so this is what we're going to be talking about and you'll learn about in this theme. What the great divergence is and why it's accelerating, how to recognize when you're experiencing energetic fragmentation in relationships, why your focus and attention are more powerful than ever, how to navigate relationships that feel misaligned without conflict or resistance, the energetic principle of release and renewal, why letting go creates space for new alignment. And then also, we'll talk about the cosmic energies, the astrological influences that support this transformation. So, this is not just about external changes, it is about learning how to navigate multiple realities while staying rooted in your own light truth and using your tools to support you. So, let's talk about parallel experiences and the fragmentation of perception. Life has always been a collection of individual experiences shaped by our beliefs, conditioning, and perspectives. But what we are witnessing now is something beyond differing viewpoints. It is in energetic separation. Some are choosing to cling to the familiar, to systems, beliefs, and structures that feel tangible and concrete. Others are embracing expansion, choosing intuition, fluidity, and deeper consciousness. So you might have noticed a growing sense of somewhat disconnect maybe in certain relationships. Do you feel like you're operating in a different frequency than others around you? Are certain conversations feeling frustrated or even pointless? This is because we're not all tuned into the same reality anymore. We're choosing different timelines. We're stepping into different energetic dimensions. We're moving at different speeds of awareness. And that's all okay, my friends. It is all okay. This shift is not about right or wrong, it is about awareness, choice, and alignment. So it's not right or wrong. It is about awareness, choice, and alignment. And so the power of focus, nurturing your reality in times of divergence. Where you place your attention matters more than ever. Your thoughts shape your reality. And when I say that, it's not all your thoughts because you can have a lot of thoughts. It's only the thoughts that have a really have a real charge to them, that have a real like heavy weight and vibrational frequency to them. So it's not all thoughts. I mean, I think then people get like, "Oh my god, all my thoughts." No, it's not all thoughts. It's just the ones that really have a charge to them. And then your emotions can magnetize your experiences. And then your focus determines also the timeline that you actually align with. So if you actually do dowsing energy work, you can support yourself by clearing non-beneficial timelines and then strengthening on a beneficial timeline that you're feeling like you're called to. So it's important to stay informed and aware, but not at the cost of your well-being as well. So you wanna make sure to support yourself. Self-awareness is key. So are you feeling drained or inspired by what you're consuming? Relationships are also shifting. Are you forcing connections that no longer feel aligned? Empathy, not attachment. Can you honor another's path without needing them to agree with yours? That's a big one. Empathy, not attachment. Can you honor another's path without needing them to agree with yours? So recognizing that people are living in different versions of reality does not mean cutting yourself off from others. It means discerning where your energy is best spent. I'm going to repeat that. Recognizing that people are living in different versions of reality does not mean cutting yourself off from others. It means discerning where your energy is best spent. So then understanding that you're using tools to navigate too, right? Navigating even relationships within this shift. One of the most personal aspects of this transformation is how it can affect relationships. Friendships may feel different. Family dynamics may feel different, may feel tense, or maybe it feels joyful. Professional connections may shift. Some conversations may feel incredible, uplifting. Some may feel draining, or some may feel like, meh, maybe there's no energy into it. It's incomplete. Some relationships will naturally fade, while new ones will emerge. This is not a failure, it is evolution. This is not a failure, it is evolution. Letting go with grace allows for natural movement. Letting go with grace allows for natural movement. When one connection fades, space is created for new, aligned relationships to emerge. When connections fade, space is created for new aligned relationships to emerge. Yeah, I feel like I've had like a master's degree, or maybe I've got my doctorate in this, where I've had so much experience in this, especially when I worked in television, because in TV, you just go show to show to show. And so you're constantly, with new groups of people. And you might have some carryover from another show, but essentially you're with a whole new group of people, and you're with them for some time. And so it's just, again, letting go with grace allows for natural movement. When one connection fades, space is created for new, aligned relationships to emerge. So that goes within the energetic principle of release and renewal. The energetic principle of the energetic principle of release and renewal. There is a universal law at play. What you release creates space for something more aligned. So again, there is a universal law at play. What you release creates space for something more aligned. The discomfort of change is temporary, while the clarity that follows is lasting. The discomfort of change is temporary, while the clarity that follows is lasting. If you are in loss and grief and mourning relationships or life circumstances that are shifting, honor them. You want to process the loss and grief and mourn the loss, but also to celebrate what they've offered while they were part of your journey. I can look at some incredible relationships I've had with friends over the years, and I can celebrate what they offered while they were part of my own journey. And I may have gone through some loss and grief once they've, completed their process, but I also can recognize how, when they were released, how they created something, space for something more aligned for where I was at then and now. And part of it too is, for me, I'm always curious about learning, growing, and evolving. And some people really are interested in learning, growing, and evolving. Some people are like, you know what? I just want to hang out and stay exactly where I am. And that's completely okay. But for me, I'm here to learn, grow, and evolve. And so that also means then, calling in different people at different times to continue maybe the journey with me, who are also interested in learning, growing, evolving. So you celebrate what they offered while they were part of your journey. And then you trust that new connections are forming even if they've not arrived yet. I was talking to one of my besties earlier today, and it's one of her kids' birthdays today. And her son is the very reason why we connected and became friends and now are like besties. And I think it's now been 7 years. And it's just so apropos. Wait, let me just do the math. I think it's been like 7 years. Yeah, 7 years. Yeah, like 7 years, maybe 8 years, 7 years, around then. But, it's interesting because one of the things that she had said early on was, in her intentions, like, "Oh, I'm calling in like new friends. Like I need new friends." It's just that where I'm at. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I'm kind of at that space too. But I didn't say it because I was in a session with her. I'm like, I'm kind of at that space too. And I knew that we connected, but I didn't know that we were gonna end up becoming such, really besties in this way, like really good friends. And I was also still mourning the loss of like one of my really good friends. And so the thing is, when you what you release creates space for something more aligned. And the discomfort of change is temporary, while the clarity that follows is lasting. And so, if you're mourning relationships or life circumstances that are shifting, yes, let yourself mourn the loss, but also honor them. Celebrate what they offered while they were part of your journey. And then really trust that new connections are forming, even if they have not arrived yet. And I think it's just apropos that I'm doing this episode. I'm recording it and live streaming it on this day when I'm talking about just talking about my friend who it's her son's birthday. I'm just going to say happy birthday to him. And I also celebrate the parents too, because she gave birth to him, and I feel like it's the celebration of the parents too. It's their birthday too. So happy birthday, and sending Reiki and blessings to their wishes for the highest good. So my friends, this is a time of letting go and stepping into alignment. Letting go and stepping into alignment. Moving forward with awareness. Moving forward with awareness. This divergence is not about division, it is about choice. What reality do you want to engage with? What energy do you want to cultivate? Who are you becoming in this new phase of your journey? Stay open, trust your evolution, know that the right people, opportunities, and experiences are aligning with you in perfect time for the highest good. And it doesn't mean that, in you choosing your timeline or choosing and understanding that there's divergence in realities, it doesn't mean that you're not going to connect and see other people who are in other realities. It's just really understanding and moving forward with this awareness. Okay, so how to integrate with this theme. Daily energy check-ins, ask yourself, where am I with thoughts that have more power and, energy vibrational frequency? Check in with your habits, your relationships, are they aligning with who I'm becoming? Also do a conscious media consumption. Be selective about the information you absorb. It can shape your frequency. Let go with love. Allow misaligned connections or connections that have come to a completion, connections that are done. Allow them to fade with love. Fade without judgment or resistance. Fade with love and compassion and gratitude for how they supported and what you've learned with them. And then also know too, if you have relationships that you're in and you both are in different experiences, you can use compassion and patience. You can still learn how to be at the same table with someone, even if you have differing beliefs. I've done it many times. Oftentimes, there are moments in my life where people will be like, I don't even understand the language you're speaking or what you're saying. It just happened to me the other day. It happened to me the other day. I had a client that just said to me, Henry, I like I you you're somewhere so further along that I don't have words to understand what you're saying. And I got it. Like I got it. And and so, then I download like, okay, what is the language that I'm being called to use that could support this person in bridging them to understand the consciousness that's coming through. And so you learn to use the tools. You learn to use compassion, patience, mindfulness. You learn to ask the download of like how you can reframe something so then maybe more understanding can come in, consciousness, because then you're bridging, to each other, inviting each other into the conversation with one another. Even if you're in different timelines or different diverging realities. Doesn't mean you can't be bridges of light to each other. You can be bridges of light to each other, because I know this because I've been doing it for most of my life. Most of my life, I have been different, beating to my own drum. I've been in this experience since I was a child. So I know firsthand that you can be still bridges of light even if there's diverging realities. And you can still use mindfulness and compassion. It doesn't mean that you're going to go onto somebody else's timeline or them on yours. You can respect that you can have diverging realities and understand that it's happening. And then from there you can choose where you're being guided or moved to. But that doesn't mean that you're going to kick people out of your life, because some relationships might be really beneficial in what you're learning because you might be learning how to sit next to somebody who has a completely different experience in another reality, and that you are being bridges of light to each other, where you can respect each other's space and what you're choosing and still be okay with sitting at the table together, because that's what we're moving into, unity consciousness. But that doesn't mean that the diverging realities isn't happening too at a faster pace. So understand that as well. Um, yeah. So, because I think sometimes people think like I just have to find my people and that's it. And we live in a big world in terms of being in a snow globe. And so, no matter where you go, there might be somebody who is in front of you or behind you in the grocery store or in line at a cafe that may be in a different reality than you and may say something to you. How are you going to respond? You can still be a bridge of light to each other and support, even if you have different realities that you belong to. So, doing mindfulness check-ins, letting go with love, bringing in mindfulness, and doing energy work can really support you to integrate this theme. And then here are some intentions and affirmations for this energy theme, so you can repeat after me if they resonate with you. I choose the reality that aligns with my highest truth. I choose the reality that aligns with my highest truth. I choose the reality that aligns with my highest truth. I trust the natural flow of relationships and connections. I trust the natural flow of relationships and connections. I trust the natural flow of relationships and connections. I release what no longer supports me, making space for new alignment. I release what no longer supports me, making space for new alignment. I embrace my path with clarity, trust, and peace. I embrace my path with clarity, trust, and peace. And take a nice deep breath. And so it is on those. All right. So here is the astrological influence and energy theme connection. In terms of the cosmic movements aligned with the Great Divergence, started in February and it still is moving throughout this year and it's going to be ongoing. The Sun conjunct Mercury in Aquarius, February 9th, encouraging independent thought and new perspectives. Leo full moon, February 12th, illuminating personal truth and self-sovereignty. Pisces new moon, February 27th, supporting the intuitive shift into new realities. The cosmos is guiding us towards discernment, choice, and new timelines, my friends. All right, here's the closing meditation. So once again, close your eyes, lower your gaze, take a nice deep breath. And we're going to invite Reiki energy healing. And if you wish to receive, take another deep breath. All right, my friends. So now visualize, sense, obey, knowingness that there are two paths before you. There are two paths before you. One represents the old familiar ways. The other is a path of expansion, truth, and alignment. So visualize, sense, obey, knowingness there are two paths before you. One represents the old familiar ways. The other is a path of expansion, truth, and alignment. Take a nice deep breath. And then step forward onto the path that feels most true to you. Step forward onto the path that feels most true to you. And then we're going to ask that Reiki supports you in terms of strengthening you on this path and this timeline for your highest good. And then asking to clear anything from the other path that's no longer beneficial for you, clearing any non-beneficial links, patterns, programs, any negative energies, frequencies, vibrations, patterns, any non-beneficial energetic residues, clearing that from you, strengthening you on this new timeline, this path for your highest good, and bringing any wisdom from your future self to support you in moving forward on this new timeline and pathway for your highest good with ease and grace. Thank you. Take another deep breath. All right. You're exactly where you need to be, my friends. So with that, you're going to bring awareness behind your eyes. We're going to start to come back. And before we do, we are just going to do the breaking of the link. So say this after me if this resonates with you. I asked to break the links with this mindful chat. I asked to break the Reiki links with this session. I asked to break the links, leaving only harmony and balance at other ends. I ask to clear any residual energies being held in my body as a result of these links. I ask the light to fill the void cells, rejuvenates, refreshes, revitalizes for the highest good with ease and grace, and so it is. I ask this healing be sealed with love and light. I ask this healing be sealed with love and light. I ask this healing be sealed with love and light. All right, bring awareness behind your eyes, open your eyes, and welcome back. So, my friends, the world is shifting, but you have the power to choose your experience. Trust your journey, honor your evolution, walk forward in alignment with your highest path. The right people, opportunities, and experiences are aligning for you now, co creating with the universe for your highest good. And so it is. With that, my friends, we are complete for now. Much, much, much love. Until soon. And remember, my friends, stay inspired.